Oh my gosh. Yeah, my Pamela just texted me. She just called me and she said, "Oh my," she said, "Mandell, are you on?" I'm thinking, no, I got 2 more hours. She said, "No, you just will be
Yeah.
on now." I'm like, "What?" And I just at the door. I'm like trying to
Get
crazy.
everything together. That's all right. That's all right. We here. Don't worry. And I told her that. I said, don't worry, Pam. I'm here. You know, so we're good.
Yes.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go straight into the interview. Okay. So for starters, where are you from?
I am from Detroit, Michigan.
Nice, nice. D-Town. Okay, okay. So what brought you to Los Angeles?
Oh my gosh. Uh, how can I put this?
A female?
Let me keep it. No, I was trying to be all diplomatic with my answer, but basically, contrary to popular belief, I didn't move here for acting. I actually that was one of the reasons why I moved to LA. But I've always wanted to move to LA for some reason. I don't know what it was about California, but ever since I was a teenager, I've always wanted to move to California. It was just I think it was just destiny. You know, it was the weather, the aura, just the whole gamut for the most part. So I've always been fascinated and obsessed with California, even before I even came to visit. So
Mm-hmm.
when I pursued acting, it was just, if you ask me, it was just fate that brought me here. You know, it was like, because I always wanted to be here regardless of whether I was acting or not. You know, my degree was computer information systems. So I probably would have just obviously transferred here anyway. But
Yeah.
That's right. It's jobs out there.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah, money resides.
but no, that's what labor to California. Just the weather, the overall atmosphere, and then of course my acting career.
Of course. Of course. Now, have you always wanted to act your whole life or you just fell into it?
You know, about according to my mother, I've been acting my whole life.
Okay.
But no, I actually started acting when I was 10 years old.
Oh
And
wow.
Oh,
my mother, who she passed away last year, God rest her soul,
yeah, sorry for your loss.
she was my first director, writer, producer. And so she used to do these popular church skits. And so she'll always cast me. And so I think that's where I got my bug for acting. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
was natural. You know, I was a comedic, made people laugh. You know, I was always on a pulpit. You know, I grew up in the church. You know,
Clowning.
I was a musician, singing. You know, whatever. And so yeah, acting just came so natural for me. So
Mm.
yeah, but I didn't pursue it as a career initially. It was just a hobby that I enjoy doing.
Okay. Okay. So now what came first?
The chicken and the egg.
Because look, you've done so much. You've done Young and the Restless.
Yes.
You've done If Loving You Is Wrong. You've done what are the detective shows, correct?
NCIS LA.
Yes, yes. So okay, so now what was your first breakout role or first gig in acting professionally?
Oh gosh, my first breakout role or my first role in general?
Your first role in general.
Oh, that's easy. I did a show. I'm not sure if it's still on TV or not, but it was on a cable network. It was called Storage Hunters.
Oh, I think yeah, I think I've seen that. Okay.
And for 3 years, I couldn't talk about it because you had to sign an NDA. You
Oh
know,
wow.
not.
What y'all find?
No, well, I bought an airplane, but that was my first show
Nice.
I was cast for. Living in LA, it was to me it was a small role, but for me, it was like, wow, I'm on TV now. And then
Hmm.
what made it interesting was when people start calling me from all over the country, say, oh my gosh, was that you on TV? I think I saw you because I never told anybody why I was moving to California. Matter of fact, I didn't tell nobody I was moving to California other than my immediate family and my girlfriend at the time. Nobody
Hmm.
knew I was moving to California. And so when I did move to California, I never told nobody why I moved here. They figured
Hmm.
that out once they saw me on TV.
Okay.
So for
Okay.
3 years you had to keep quiet.
Well, regarding that particular show.
I
because
would have been struggling.
So they might be finding Hoffa remains in some of them storage bins. So
Well, they
look,
need to find Hoffa.
I'm trying
Now,
to tell you.
oh, well, 3 years. That is wild. Oh my goodness.
So wait,
but
did you lose? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Now I was gonna say, did you lose your love for information systems or
Can I be honest with you?
yeah?
Mhm.
I was only doing it for the money.
Yeah, that's what
I,
most people say.
no computers, right? Um, you know, I was one of those nerds. You know, I was in the front of the class. You know, people always cheat off my test for the most part. You know, but I didn't.
Me.
It was cool as a hobby, but I did not want to. I couldn't see myself spending 8, 10, 12 hours on a job um, sitting down. I'm very athletic. I'm very hands-on, and
Mm-hmm.
that would have been like a death sentence for me. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not knocking the profession. It was just something that I didn't want to do as a career.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Understandable. Understandable. Okay. So now, all right. Storage wars. Got a plane. A storage. What is it? Storage
Storage hunters.
hunters. Okay. You got a plane. Is it plane that you can use, or is just for show, or what kind of plane is it? I said, is it something just for show? The
No,
plane.
actually, it was a small role. I mean, it was like I was one of the bidders that they chose to be on the show. And the premise of the show is basically they go to these hangars, or they go to these different locations that people have storage in for years, whatever, or they can't pay their bills, so they got to auction it off.
Right.
You don't know what's in the storage, for the most part. So that's the unique part about it. And so, but you never know. You can find some old dirty socks, or you can probably find like a classic automobile for the most part.
Right.
But yeah, but that was my first role. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a big role. It was just a small, independent role. I forgot what network it was on, one of the cable networks.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, but my first, I guess you could say, major role was when I worked with Tyler Perry on If Love You Is Wrong.
Right. Right. Now, okay. So now, what was that like? Because that was in Atlanta, right?
Yes, I shot that in Atlanta, Georgia. And what's unique about that particular experience was that a good friend of mine, and I don't like to name drop, but you guys know who she is. She's a household name. And so she was the one, we became good friends here in LA. And she was the one who introduced me to his casting director. And so I didn't know that I don't know if you guys heard of Tom Joyner. He has a cruise. I don't know.
Mhm. Oh yeah, that's big
Okay,
time.
right. So he used to always have I think it was what was the name of it? It was a cruise to Aruba for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, my friend was,
You
he had
can name drop. We like name drops.
it was Michelle Obama, and so I'm just joking. No, I'm just joking. I'm just.
Like what? Now look. Now all of a sudden it's a different show.
I said, wait a minute now. Wait a minute now.
I know, right? Wait a minute.
You
now.
be walking with royalty, okay?
I'm trying to tell you.
No, it was Kim Whitley.
Oh,
So, yeah, we became, so she was one who introduced me to his casting director, and Raven Simone. And long story short, she auditioned me for this new pilot that Tyler Perry was working on, and then she loved the audition, and so she had me come to the callback, and Tyler Perry was there. And so that's how I was able to book the show. And it was really unique and surreal at the same time because, you see people on TV, and certain people you want to work with in the industry because they're making an impact. And now all of a sudden you're right there face to face, and God has given you the platform to showcase your talent, for the whole world to see, basically. And so to me, that is unique in and of itself.